Good afternoon, this is Ron Brown. It is the 22nd of January 2021. It's Friday afternoon. There's a little over an hour left in the market day, and I want to get this video out to you on Saturday. I'm doing it on Friday so I can use live market data with the data being provided by thinkorswim. Now, I've got several user smart groups in here, as you can see, but I am looking for, or I was looking for, a method that would really cut down on my prospecting time. And I was looking at some of the user smart group scans that I had, and there's plenty of good scans in here, but I just didn't see anything that I really liked. Well, I shouldn't say that. I like a lot of them, but like I said, I'm looking for something that makes it easy for us to find potential trades, and I wanted to incorporate volume price analysis along with a traditional crossover. Now, this has been in here, the 3 up through the 6, and that is great because it finds stocks that are seeing a crossover. And I'll just bring a couple of these stocks up. You can see that there was a crossover of the 3 and the 6 today. There's also a low volume test, and then a confirmation of that test is being formed today. But and this is great. And this works well. Here's another one, 3 crossing through the 6. Another one. But what about stocks that have VPA flags and the cross has already occurred? That's what I was looking to do, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. Everything I'm showing you is in my add-on file and in the user groups. Now I have a most active screen on in here. I want to change that. I want to go to, I'll just go down here to go up to my number 1 folder and look at the scorecard intraday. I'll use this instead. Now I'm going to go back into the designer, and I'm going to show you what I came up with. This is VPA flags bullish, all securities is a list of securities, but the 3 is above the 6. And I'm going to edit this for you and show you what I did. If I can locate it right here. I'll edit this, go into the filter. So the 3 is above the 6. To get this, this is the line right here. Days since the 3 crossed the 6 is greater than or equal to 0. And I'm looking for a VPA signal today. So days since the last VPA signal equals 0. And if any of these bullish VPA flags appear, the stock is going to appear through this scan. So I'll go ahead and rebuild this. And what this is doing, it's going in and pulling data out of the database. Since these are end of day scans, I really don't need the intraday, but at least for this portion of it. But when I'm looking at these now, as I go into the warehouse or transfer this into the warehouse, then with the scorecard intraday, you can see that these stocks at the top of the list have had some really big gains today. Now let's just start with Nano Dimensions, NNNDM. And I'll show you what I'm looking for here. This stock is at its high of the day. It's at a breakout, and I had a bullish flag yesterday, and notice that this stock is well above, or the 3 is well above the 6. Back here was another signal with a 3 above the 6. The stock at this point right here was a crossover, so that would have been taken care of or found by a crossover screen, and this would have been found by looking for or using this screen here, because there's a VPA flag several days after the crossover screen. Let's look at another one. Okay, where was the crossover? Right here with an effort to rise, but after that the 3 remained above the 6, and then I got a bullish flag yesterday, which was strength seen returning after a downtrend. And look what happened with this stock today. So even though this is an end of day scan, when I put it in the scorecard intraday, it will tell me which of these stocks is following through. Now today's really a mixed day in the market. It looked like it was going to be extremely weak, but it didn't turn out that way. The composite's up 23 points now, and the RUT is up 0.54% today. So here's another one. Here we're getting a crossover and the signal on the same day. It looks like the crossover happened yesterday, and then we're getting a confirmation here. See if I can find a better example. Okay, here's your crossover. It's a little $5 stock. This is considered a bullish flag. It's a transfer of ownership, and here's a test. Notice that the 3 is above the 6. So long after this crossover, we're getting a bullish flag, and look what happened with this stock. Even though it's an inexpensive stock, it has moved tremendously. I'm going to bring up the alternate A, and let's just measure this from the top of here to the current price. That is a gain of 37.35% if you look down here at the bottom. So as you can see, what I'm doing with this is I'm looking for stocks after the original crossover signal. Nice VPA flags here. Here's your crossover. Here's your bullish flag. Here's your bullish flag. Here's another one. The 3 is well above the 6. Now, if I were using the crossover scan, I would never see these. So this is what this scan does. Okay, let's look at Polar Power. Wow, this one is moving up nicely today. Here's your crossover right here. You can see it down here too. This is after the crossover, so these VPA flags and this would have shown up. And now look where this stock is today. Let's just take a look at this. Okay, here's the crossover. Here's a VPA flag. Here's another one. Let's take it from this first VPA flag to here. Let's go down here at the bottom. 228.2%, because the 3 was above the 6, and there was a VPA flag here and another VPA flag here. So either one of those, there's a huge gain after that. And from my observations, you stay in these stocks while the 3 is above the 6. Yeah, there are pullbacks. There are days you're going to get shaken out, but you need to have a discipline, or we need, including myself, have a discipline to stay with these stocks. And from what I've been observing, the best way to do it is just to stay in them as long as the 3 is above the 6. And then if it comes back down through, you can have these stocks in a watch list, and you can start looking for other trades. So I'm going to go back here. This is definitely going into my user scans. I have nothing in here right now. And the other one is that I'm going to use is the 3 up through the 6. So these two I'm going to use. Now let me go into here. These crossed over today. You can see I looked at this one already. This crossed over today. This crossed over today slightly. So these are all going, the 3s are all going to be above the 6 on these. So with these two, and I want you to experiment with these and use these next week, look for stocks that are crossing up, and you can use a subgroup. You can use box stocks, anything, stocks with earnings. Well, just use all securities. Make it simple on yourself. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you what you need to do, or what I need to do. I'm going to get into the VPA flags. I'm on the edit side under manage user groups. I didn't want to do that, but I'm going to drag this down to my user groups end of day, and I'll do the same thing here. Now these two I'm going to concentrate on this week. Even though these are end of day scans, you use them in conjunction with intraday, and you can see that's what I'm doing right now, and it's going to help you find the stocks that are moving. I'll go ahead and rebuild this. Now you're not going to get my user groups. I don't export them because everybody, I mean, you're not going to get this down here where it says Z. I don't export these, so yours are going to be empty. You put in there what you want to. You find the scans that work best for you, and go with them. That's all for this video. It's short, but I think I've said everything I need to say. If you have any questions, send me an email. Thank you.